The mother of the now suspended Spanish football president has locked herself inside a church on a hunger strike over what she's calling the inhumane treatment of her son. Pressure is now mounting on Luis Rubiales to resign over the scandal, with his allies abandoning him and prosecutors launching an investigation.
Angeles Bejar is a mother seeking divine intervention for her son, locking herself inside the Church of the Divine Shepherdess on an indefinite hunger strike until she says justice is served.
Una madre por un hijo.
I can't imagine a situation in which a mother wouldn't defend her son, Spain's Secretary for Sport said, but added, what we're seeing isn't Spanish football. The extreme protest is receiving wall-to-wall coverage. Outside, Luis Rubiales' cousin attacked the player he's accused of assaulting. We want this woman to tell the truth, she said. The scandal has overshadowed the World Cup win. Forward Jenny Hermoso grabbed and kissed on the lips by Rubiales. Shortly afterwards, she said she didn't like it and has since then said she felt vulnerable and a victim of an impulse-driven sexist. Instead of celebrations for the team, there's been an outpouring of anger as Rubiales defiantly and repeatedly resisted calls to resign.
No voy a dimitir.
Even those who applauded him are now demanding he step down. We need to take action, the former president told reporters. Others argue what's needed is a complete overhaul.
They can't be any longer in front of Federation. Federation does not belong to them.
The crisis at the top of Spanish football could soon become criminal, with prosecutors announcing an investigation. But many have no doubts over his guilt. We've seen a sexual assault in all the media all over the world, Spain's Deputy Prime Minister said. Condemnation from the highest officers and allies abandoning him. Time is likely running out for Spain's football chief. Ursula Hager for 10 News First.
A rescue helicopter flight has ended with a fiery crash into an apartment minutes after takeoff in Florida. The moment the helicopter got into trouble was caught on camera. In the footage, the boom is clearly bent and the chopper is spinning out of control. It slammed into an apartment, killing a paramedic on board and a woman inside.
There's no rhyme or reason why they survived and we lost Harrison, or vice versa, a civilian died. All of them could have truly been killed in this accident, every single one of them.
The rescue and recovery operation was hampered by a large fire fed by the chopper's fuel, destroying much of the apartment complex. 5 survivors, including 2 on the ground, were taken to hospital and are expected to recover. Donald Trump's criminal trial for trying to overturn the 2020 election will now start in March next year. It is expected to be the first of his criminal trials to make it to court. But legal analysts say Trump's team could ask for further delays. It also places the trial right in the middle of the Republican primary season and just a day before Super Tuesday, when 16 states vote for their preferred candidate. 5 people, including 4 children, have died and dozens of others have been rescued in 2 separate incidents involving boatloads of migrants. The children drowned when the boat they were in sank near the Greek island of Lesbos, the youngest victim aged just 11 months. Another craft was found near Samos Island. Passengers leapt into the water when the Coast Guard was spotted. A woman and child were pulled from the water and then rushed to hospital. She did not survive. Anticipation has turned to disappointment, with archaeologists in America finding less than they hoped for in a 200-year-old time capsule. The small lead-covered box was opened in front of waiting media, everyone hoping to find some artefacts and precious glimpses of the past. Instead, they found a thin layer of dust and dirt at the bottom.
There were kind of curved pieces of mud or sediment that's in there. So shifting through those and seeing if we can maybe reassemble that into some kind of shape that makes sense.
The box was found under a statue of war hero Thaddeus Kosciuszko, the namesake of Mount Kosciuszko.